Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at what makes you unforgettable. I'm now going to show you your crystals, but please be aware this is a general reading to only take what resonates and leave the rest. For pile number 1, we have honey calcite. For pile number 2, we have blue lace agate. And for pile number 3, we have red jasper. I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile. Pick whichever pile you're most drawn to. If you're drawn to more than one pile, you can pick 2 or all of them. Your intuition will always know best. If you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I will see you at your reading. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose this honey calcite crystal, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what makes you unforgettable, okay? Please be aware this is a general reading to only take what resonates and leave the rest. We're starting for you at 1444 on the clock, so that's quite interesting. You chose the card Wisdom with learning, joy, and art and music. So I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of your cards for you. Okay, for your cards, we have Wings of Light with Becoming Something New. We have Idyllic Times with the Garden and Paradise. We have Soul Radiance with Phoenix Rising. We have Friendship with Support, Fun, Unity, and Play. We do have an extra card for you where I have no space, but I'll keep it in mind. We have Opening Heart, Deep Connections, and Water Blessings. I didn't realize I pulled an extra card for you, but maybe you needed to see this. So I'll just keep that in mind. For your tarot cards, we have the 10 of Wands. We have the 8 of Pentacles. We have the 7 of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Wands. And lastly, we have the 10 of Swords. Okay, my pile number 1s, now that we have your cards laid out, I see exactly what makes you unforgettable. So I feel here you are my pile of nurturing people, my pile of pure, loving souls, people that have a heart of gold is what I feel from your cards, okay? Yeah, that's the feeling I get from you, my pile number 1s. You have a heart of gold. You're pure. I mean, we see that with the swan because the swan represents this kind of energy of purity, gentleness. But then we also have the paradise card here, which literally talks about like this energy of bringing heaven down to earth. So I feel like you're such a pure-hearted soul. You are a pure soul that has gentle and pure, loving intentions towards everyone. And people can naturally feel that when they meet you. And that makes you unforgettable, my pile number 1s, because nobody ever treats them so gently like you do. Nobody ever greets them with this kind of energy of like, they look at you in your eyes, and I'm hearing eyes are the windows to the soul, and they just instantly trust you because they feel such a gentleness in your eyes. They feel such a kind of peaceful, paradise kind of energy from you, a gentle, pure, loving energy from you. Okay. And that is what makes you unforgettable because, the people that I'm picking up on don't usually find people like that. We'll usually bump into people and they'll have ulterior motives towards us, or they'll have they'll want to take something from us. But with you, it's like when people meet you, when they get to know you on a deeper level, they can see the pure loving heartedness you have, and how you just want to hold everyone gently, and um, just create friendship and open your heart to deeper connections with people in general. You're not looking to take from anybody, you're not looking to hurt anybody. That's a feeling I get from you. You just want to give love to everyone, and Spirit is showing me in Mean Girls when the one lady goes on the stage. They're all saying like their apologies and everything, and then the one girl says there that she just wants everyone to be like friends and like sunshine rainbow kind of energy. I can't really remember what she said exactly in words, but it was something along the lines of, I just want us all to be friends, to get along like we used to, like when we were kids, like that kind of energy. And then someone was like, she doesn't even go here. Like, so there is that energy I'm feeling, like you're just pure hearted, you're gentle, you're loving, and people can feel that. Like when they meet you, they feel you opening up your heart to them, wanting to create a deeper connection to them, and not having any ulterior motives towards them. And that makes you unforgettable because we don't often see people like that in the world. And I think people really appreciate that. Um, you are also unforgettable because of how loving you are. It's like the people that are around you, your friends, especially since the friendship card came out, the people you've created deep connections with, your family, your lovers, they all feel this loving energy you have, this nurturing energy you have. Even people that aren't necessarily your friends per se, you're just so loving and kind, and that's the feeling I get from you, my pal number ones, where you are literally bringing heaven down to earth by doing this, by being so kind and loving, because you're leading by example, and that's what makes you so unforgettable. Because I don't think anybody can find that love in anybody else. It's like one in a million. It's really rare. You have a heart of gold, and that's what makes you unforgettable, my pal number ones, because like we don't often come across people that just want to hug us like when we're crying and we're going through some things. A lot of people aren't empathetic and will hold you when you're crying, when you're having a lot of emotional, physical weight on your shoulders, like we see here in the Ten of Wands. You won't have a lot of people that will hold us and comfort us when we're crying and when we're going through things. And I think you're very empathetic and nurturing to those you love, and the love you give is huge. And that's why you're so unforgettable, because they won't find it anywhere else. So with you, you are really physically unforgettable because you have the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is that sexy kind of energy, but the feeling I get here, yes, you have that, but the reason why you're unforgettable is this. Because, you can go find. I don't mean this in a mean way, my pal number ones, but I mean this in a way like, let's say you were dating someone and they were to just leave you, right? Um, After they go leave you, they go find someone that's just sexy, hot. I mean, you can be Beyonce and still get, like, yeah, I think you've seen what happened to Beyonce. But the feeling I get here is like we can be really attractive and really physically attractive and hot and sexy, but if someone doesn't value us, they can cheat on us anyways, or lie to us, or betray us, you know what I mean? And if they're looking for it, they can find someone that's just as attractive, you know what I mean? But I feel like if they do that, The type of thing I'm trying to say here is if they do that, they will never find anyone with your heart. They will never receive that same type of love that they did from you. And that's what makes you unforgettable, my pal number ones. And that's what I was trying to say. I didn't mean to turn it into like a kind of rant there, but that's what I mean. Like, anybody can go and find something sexy, and you can be sexy too, but there's this energy of like, you won't find that same love by that sexy person that you just ran away from me for. Like, that's the feeling I get here. So perhaps some of you maybe needed to hear that. I don't know, but that's the message I'm seeing here. Because you are really physically attractive in a way, but it's like your heart that makes you truly unforgettable, that makes you one in a million, because they can't find that anywhere else. They can't find that same type of love and support and nurturing energy anywhere else. That's the feeling I get here, okay? And I feel like you'd make friends with anybody. You'd like try to include everyone, and that's what makes you unforgettable, my pal number ones. How loving you are and open you are to everyone on earth. And like I said, you're leading by example and bringing this kind of paradise to earth and making earth a better place. And that's what makes you unforgettable, my pal number ones. What makes you unforgettable, even with your nurturing energy? You make people feel like there's less of a weight on their shoulders. You make people feel supported. You share beautiful wisdom with those you love, or with people in general, from your pure heart, okay? And that's the feeling I get here. Some of you share wisdom in ways where you are actually healers in some way, like emotional healers, and you help people work on themselves and become better people. Like psychologists, things like that. Some of you are tarot readers or spiritual healers, and some of you heal people through art, through music, through helping them learn, or through just speaking. Like some of you are life coaches, I'm hearing things like that. So the kind of wisdom you share with people, even if you don't identify as like having any of that as a job, I feel like this message still applies. But the type of wisdom you share with people helps them feel like there's less of a weight on their shoulders, less of a weight on their back, and they feel supported by you in some way. And your wisdom inspires people because it comes from a pure place of love, and they can feel that, and your wisdom inspires them to become better and to become the best versions of themselves, and inspires them to kind of work on themselves and work on what they can do to get themselves out of those tough situations. So the wisdom you share is really supportive, helps people regain their strength, and it reminds them of their own strength and their passions for life, if that makes sense. And it helps people kind of become better versions of themselves, and like not have to wait for that harvest to come by, but actually go out there and work for it. So your wisdom inspires people in some way to work on themselves, or to work on what they want to create in their life, and reminds them of the passion they have and the joy they have for life again. And there's this feeling of, I feel like some of you, like the wisdom you give people or the love you give people is extremely supportive to their inner child, because there's this feeling of you being really gentle with people, really loving, really supportive, really nurturing, and it heals their inner child in a way, because there's this feeling of, a lot of people have inner childs that have dealt with a lot of anger, that have dealt with like people putting that on them, you know what I mean? Where they weren't able to play, have fun, and now that inner child version of them has been just worried all the time, stressed out all the time, because they feel like they can't live a happy life because of the things they've gone through, if that makes sense. You know, if we have a parent or caregiver that is always angry at us, always shouting at us, always making us feel bad for something we do, we eventually grow up with that feeling, even if nothing is making us feel that way physically. But when you nurture people, you nurture their inner child that never received that love, and you help them transform themselves with the butterfly here to become the best version of themselves, but also become the most healed and nurtured version of themselves. Because it's like their inner child was lacking that love in order to move forward and not fear life, okay? Um, but here you come in and give their inner child exactly what they needed in that moment, and now they're free, is what I feel here. So whatever you do, I don't know what you do exactly, but there's something you do here that is so unforgettable about the wisdom you share, about the way you change people's lives by leading by example, by being that lover on earth, if that makes sense. The reason why you are also so unforgettable, my pal number ones, is how strong you are. Because this feeling of like, you know, the people you've shared wisdom with, seeing how strong you are and feeling inspired by you, and it's like you've changed their lives forever, so you're unforgettable. That's what I feel here. And you teach people to come back to their inner child and to give their own inner child nurturing, to give themselves nurturing, to give others nurturing, so that we don't have to be so strong anymore on earth. It's the second time I recorded a video earlier today, and for one of the piles, I smelled birthday candles, and now I'm smelling it too. So if this is a specific message for some of you, because I'm recording both videos on the same day, I'm recording this video on the 23rd of April, but uploading it tomorrow on the 24th. So if it's anyone's birthday today, happy birthday. But it's just so weird that I smelled birthday candles today, and then like for the previous reading in one of the piles I did as well. So I don't know, but perhaps birthday could also be symbolism for you help people grow up and age up to the version of themselves they want to be. Help them become the best versions of themselves, and that makes you unforgettable. But when you think of birthdays, you know, it's when we age up, but we also have a lot of fun with it. So you teach people the fun in working on themselves, in healing their inner child, nurturing their inner child. You teach people the fun in life, even when we are having a lot of responsibilities, and that makes you unforgettable, my pal number ones. I just feel like what makes you really unforgettable is the fact that you are a person that is always transforming yourself as well. And I feel like you inspire a lot of people to just work on themselves. And it's like people see you getting results from what you do. And that's why it inspires them, because they see not just only physical results with you, but they see you becoming a happier person. They see you becoming the best version of themselves. And I literally want to say, like, you're my earth angels that are just kind of leading by example on earth and showing people their own personal power, if that makes sense, but also showing people how to be a lover on earth, and that we can come back to love, if that makes sense. That we don't have to be on earth to fight. We can come back to love. Like, that's the feeling I get here. And that's what makes you unforgettable, because I feel like friends, lovers, they won't find this love anywhere else. They won't find your gentleness anywhere else. They won't find your romance anywhere else. The words you use that are so beautiful, the kind of creativity you do, they won't find the ideas you get anywhere else. They won't find that support anywhere else. They won't find that playfulness anywhere else, or that passion anywhere else. So, and that's what makes you so unforgettable, my pile number ones, because you are unique, one of a kind, okay? So that was your reading, my pile number ones. I really hope that this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pile number twos. If you chose this blue lace agate crystal, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what makes you so unforgettable. Okay, you chose the card Go with the Flow. It says letting go, cleansing, receiving. I'm going to go ahead and add the other cards for you, but please be aware this is a general reading to only take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay, so your cards we have today are Miracles with Ancient Wisdom, we have Sensuality with Feminine Wisdom and Passion, we have Divine Mother with Nurturing Compassion and Grace, we have Innovation with New Creations. For your tarot cards, we have the Three of Swords, we have the Two of Swords, we have the Ten of Cups, we have the Lovers, and lastly we have the Empress. Okay, my pile number twos, now that we have your cards laid out, I see exactly what makes you so unforgettable. So I feel like you, my pile number twos, are kind of like people that just go with the flow with life. You're really easygoing, and I think it's just funny how, as I'm recording this video, I can see the phone screen and how it's recording, but I'm using the sunlight from outside. So, because I live in South Africa, so we have load shedding, and that is when our electricity goes off for a few hours at a time. Yeah, it's annoying, but anyways, long story short, like I see in the camera, the crystal also kind of looks very light with the lighting we have currently. It kind of looks almost like something from the ocean, but very, very light. So that's kind of like the energy I feel from you, my pile number twos. I feel like this oceany vibe. I feel this kind of watery energy of like going with the flow, and I don't know, like I feel in your energy, I just feel comforted, safe, at peace. I don't feel anxious or nervous. I just feel like I can take my time and live my life and be, if that makes sense. I don't have to do anything, I can just be. So that's how I feel in your energy. I feel warm, I feel comforted. I feel like I can just go with the flow like water. You know, when you see water, a waterfall, and it's just flowing, and there's no rush or anything like that. I feel like that's your energy in a way. Perhaps that's how you make others feel, with your peace and calm energy. Like your energy feels really serene, my pile number twos. And I feel like all anxieties, all fears have left now that I'm with you in your energy. Like I also just feel safe in your energy, my pile number twos. I feel like a lot of you, what makes you unforgettable is this quality. The fact that people feel safe around you, people feel nurtured, people feel kind of just peace around you. And that's the energy they feel, and that's why you're so unforgettable, my pal number twos. I also feel like you're people that are always ever growing as souls. Like you're always growing and becoming better versions of yourselves. And that makes you unforgettable as well. Your immense amount of personal growth. You know, I'm seeing this Nautilus shell and I'm really just drawn to it, like that spiral. Some of you, I feel the energies like you. The Nautilus shell, like spiritual meaning, is a symbol of nature's grace and growth, expansion, and renewal. You're always growing, always expanding as a person, always renewing your energy in a way, letting go of what doesn't serve you, but also bringing in what does serve you. And that makes you an amazing person to have around because you're always growing and you're cleansing away the heartbreaks and pains, but at the same time you have those heartbreaks and pains, but you choose not to put it out on other people, if that makes sense. You choose to love other people. A lot of people have pain and hurt in them, and you know that saying, hurt people hurt people. So I feel like that's why you're unforgettable, because you have that hurt and pain, but you're growing, you're cleansing it out, and you're renewing yourself, you're expanding as a person. And that's an amazing trait to have and quality to have, especially in a friend, in a lover, in a partner, you know what I mean? Because we don't want someone that's gonna put that pain on us, and there's no shame to unhealed people. We all have a specific amount of pain, and we're not perfect as human beings, but I feel like you choose not to put that pain onto other people, and that's what makes you so unforgettable. I think it's something people notice in you. Like you've been hurt, but you have this gentle heart. Like you know what it's like to be hurt, so you're not gonna hurt someone else with it, if that makes sense. You're aware of it, and I love that we even have an eye on this heart with a tear. It's like you're aware, your heart is aware of other people's hearts and their pain too. I feel like pile number one, you're very nurturing and compassionate and empathetic, and you can feel other people's pain too, and it's sort of like crying a tear for them. It reminds me kind of that song by it's by Green Tea Peng, and she basically says, "You suffer, I suffer, you suffer too. I look into your eyes and I feel your pain," like something along those lines. So I feel like that's also something that really makes you so unforgettable. That empathetic heart you have, even though your heart has been broken before, you use it for empathy and for love instead of hurting others. And that's what makes your heart so beautiful. I mean, you even chose the heart blue lace agate, and I didn't know why I was using a heart today, but I felt like it. So that is a synchronicity. You know, the blue lace agate crystal is also an very healing crystal. It heals traumas, wounds, and pains, and it's in a heart. So you have this, and you extend this healing energy towards others by showing them love and grace and treating them gently and kindly, because you know what it's like to be hurt. And in turn, you heal people and you heal the world with that kindness and with choosing love over choosing to hurt others, if that makes sense. The Nautilus shell, I'm just reading up It says here, why are nautilus shells special? It says here, nautilus shell sacred geometry. It is considered sacred because it can be found in a wide variety of things in nature, such as the shape of our galaxy, of hurricanes, in the arrangement of sunflower seeds in the flower, in cauliflower, and in cones. So there's that energy of you, like you are divine in a way, my pal number twos, and perhaps it's like I'm almost being taken to the energy of, like, you know how our fingerprints kind of look like things in nature, like the leaves in nature, or the kind of marks on our hands and things like that, or how some parts of our body look like actual things in nature. I feel that energy, like you give off that energy like you're divine, like you're part of nature in some type of way. I don't know how to explain it, but it makes you unforgettable because there's a feeling of like we can look at our bodies and look at ourselves and see the flaws in it, or we can look at it and see it like we're a part of nature. When we have stretch marks, we're embodying something from nature, you know what I mean? Or when we have these certain things on our body, like freckles, it is, to me, always reminds me of a night sky with stars in it. We're embodying something from nature, and I think that's how you see the world. I think you see the world in that beauty and that divineness, and that's what makes you also unforgettable. Because you teach others to kind of live life freely, if that makes sense, by just you being that way. I'm hearing I color the rainbows of my life, but it's interesting because we have rainbows here and I wasn't looking at it. I color the rainbows of my life. So it's like you are unforgettable as well, because you don't just wait around for life to get good. You go out there and you make it a fun, beautiful, memorable moment. And that's what makes you very unforgettable, my pal number ones. So I'm also noticing she has pearls here. And it says here, pearls are a gemstone of inner wisdom. They have huge healing energy and carry the lucid movement of water within them. They're a symbol of luck, purity, love, and wisdom. So I feel like that's you, my pal number twos, as well. And you have this energy of like abundance to you as well. Like I feel like I'll get into that in a moment, but I feel like you have this energy of abundance to you as well. But let me just say it now. I feel like, you know, with the pearls, they always remind me of abundance, but also the Empress here is an abundant card. So I feel like you, my pal number twos, do have or are working your way towards that physical, material abundance in your life. But I feel like you have this ability to really, really go out there and achieve things in your life and open doors to beautiful opportunities in your life where you attain a lot of kind of the word recognition and success for what you've done in this lifetime, but also a lot of wealth and money. But I feel like when I talk about abundance for you, my pal number twos, yes, you do have that, but at the same time, I feel like you have an abundance of love. You have an abundance of joy within you. You have an abundance of peace. And that's what I feel you have too. Not just material abundance, but you're rich in your soul. And that is why you are unforgettable, my pal number twos. And I also feel like you're extremely wise, like I said, with wisdom, and even the word wisdom showing up here. So like my pal number ones, it's like the wisdom you give people really sticks to them and helps them heal something within their heart, um, brings miracles to their life, is what I see here. And that's also what makes you unforgettable, my pile number twos. Like, I'm even noticing these two cards. She's wearing a green necklace here and a green necklace here. And green is the heart chakra. I feel like you live your life from the heart, and that makes you unforgettable. That's something I'm seeing here. You make people feel like you release the fear within them. You release whatever anxiety they're currently feeling by you just being in that peaceful energy, nurturing, graceful, compassionate. You help people also see where their hostilities come from, where their kind of triggers and wounds come from, because there's this feeling of you being compassionate and graceful and loving and kind to people. And then it's almost like sometimes they have their shadow self that wants to almost like be mean to you because of their hurtness, but they resist it, and then by you being kind to them, they kind of have to learn and understand where that comes from, why they have that. And most of the time, it's that unloved version of ourselves that is requiring that love. You know what I mean? So that also makes you very unforgettable. I feel like the way you use your words is very unforgettable, because you're very playful, you're very wise, but you're also very intuitive, and you know the right words to say to people, and something about your words are unforgettable. The things you've said, people don't know how you just have that, but you have it. You're also an extreme joy to be around. Extremely, extremely joyful to be around, and like when people get you in their life, it's like they almost have received a miracle in the form of a human, if that makes sense. And they almost like want to cherish you like a gift from the universe, a miracle from the universe. I'm getting a specific message that some of you were miracle babies. That's not for all of you, but for some of you. But the feeling I get is you are like a miracle in people's lives, because it's like people pray for a person like you, and then when you do come into their lives, you're like a miracle to them. So if they were to ever choose to take that for granted, or to kind of choose to break your heart and move away from you, they would be the ones heartbroken, and they would be the ones losing out on that miracle they've received. Okay, because your love is like music to the ears. It's harmonic and it's beautiful, is what I feel here. And who could want to miss out on that? If they, with their free will, choose to move away from you, especially like I'm feeling romantic situations here, and like family or just people taking you for granted, if they choose to move away from this miracle they've received in their life, they're choosing heartbreak for themselves, because they're never going to get that love in another person that they receive from you. And that's not just to badmouth those people, but I'm just saying it in a way like the love you have to offer is huge, and it's like a miracle to have that amount of love in one person in human form, you know what I mean? And there's this kind of energy of like the way you love people and the way you open up to them, it brings such a joy in their life. It makes them feel like miracles have happened in their life, but it also makes them feel like you're their soulmate, like you're their twin flame. That's the feeling I get here. And I feel like when people get you in their lives, especially romantic, it's like a lot of the time they're really grateful to have you in their life, and they're really optimistic towards the future. And I feel like all the traits I just mentioned are why you are unforgettable, my pal number twos. Because you're just so magnetic and divine, but also such a loving soul. And who would want to leave that behind? You know what I mean? You're unforgettable. And, if someone has chosen to leave that love behind, you're the one that got away for them. But of course, Spirit is going to bring you a miracle of someone that is going to really cherish you and love you for you. You know what I mean? And not have to look for the grass that's greener on the other side. You know what I mean? So yeah, I feel like you also have this magnetic energy to you. You have the sexiness to you. We literally have the Empress showing up. You have this magnetism, attractive type of vibe, and your beauty is ever growing, or handsomeness, even if you don't see that in yourself. And that does make you unforgettable, but I feel like your love is what truly makes you unforgettable, because the physical traits fade over time, but that love is there forever. And you have that inner beauty in your soul, my pal number twos, that is never gonna fade. And that is what makes you unforgettable. I also feel like your ability to feel joy for life, to feel passion for life, makes you unforgettable, because you bring an immense amount of positivity, passion into people's lives, where it's kind of just like you bring sunshine and rainbows into their life, you know what I mean, along with peace, and that's what makes you as well unforgettable. And I feel like, since we have the Lovers card showing up here, and it's a same-sex couple, perhaps some of you are in the LGBTQ plus community, and perhaps some of you are just like, I'm taking it as like non-judgmental. You love everybody. You don't discriminate against anyone based on anything physical or anything at all. It's like you love everyone on earth, and that's what makes you unforgettable, my pal number twos. I also feel like you just open doors up for yourself and for others. You expand people's minds. That's the feeling I get here. And like with the innovation kind of card with new creations, perhaps some of you are really creative as well, or you are always out there creating new ideas, new things, and there's this feeling of you can really attain a lot of success in this lifetime, and achieve a lot of things in your life where you're constantly transforming yourself, but at the same time, I feel like you're really innovative with whatever you create, whether it is actually creative, because the Empress, to me, it's opposite the Empress. The Empress can sometimes be something creative, or whether it's just like with creating your reality. Like I said, I create rainbows in the sky as well. I don't know what I said earlier, but I said something along those lines. That makes you extremely unforgettable. Something about your art, something about whatever you create in this lifetime, even if it's just memories on earth, they are unforgettable. If you create art as well, they're unforgettable. I feel like you just treat people like family. You treat everyone like family, and people intuitively see that. The world intuitively sees that. And that's what makes you unforgettable, my pal number two. So that was your reading. I really hope that this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye! Hi there, my pal number threes. If you chose this red jasper crystal, this reading is for you. We're going to be taking a look at what makes you unforgettable, okay? Please be aware this is a general reading, to only take what resonates and leave the rest. I'm going to add the rest of your cards. You chose the card Earth Magic with fearlessness and removing obstacles. So for your cards, we have precognition with psychic ability and future vision, We have sacred gratitude with reverence, appreciation, and prayer. We have power over difficulty with reclaiming your power. And lastly, we have courage with strength, fierceness, and family. For your tarot cards, we have the Four of Wands, we have the the Knight of Cups, we have Justice card, we have the Nine of Pentacles, and lastly we have the Two of Cups. Okay, my pile number threes, now that we have your cards laid out, I see exactly what makes you unforgettable. So firstly, when I was laying out your cards, I do feel a very earthy energy from your vibe, with the tree here and with the Earth Magic card. There is this earthy vibe to you where you're really grounded, really stable people, but also very secure in yourselves. Much like a tree, you don't let anybody move you with your values or who you are as a person. You're rooted in who you are as a person, really grounded and stable as well. But I was also feeling this buzz in your energy. Like, as I'm sitting in your energy, I feel buzzed, almost like I just drank a cup of strong coffee, you know what I mean? And the feeling I get is like I'm buzzed with energy and like with excitement kind of energy, if that makes sense. That's how I feel in your energy. So some of you could also have a very fiery energy as well, which makes sense because we have the lion here. Some of you could be Leos or fire signs. But even if you don't resonate with the signs, it's okay. This is just the energy I'm feeling. What I can describe from it. Your energy just feels really excitement, like to be around. I just feel excited in your energy, like I'm ready to go at life. I'm ready to create my life, as we see here, someone creating something on a canvas. That's the energy I feel. Like I feel buzzed in your energy. I feel good. I feel like I've just worked out and I'm buzzed. I don't know how to explain it, but that's how I feel in your energy, my pile number threes. So your energy just feels really exciting to be around, really much like a celebration, but I also feel grounded and calm around you, like I have no fears, if that makes sense. Like I just feel rooted and stable in your energy as well. So that is basically what I'm feeling from your energy. And with this earthy energy, I feel since you're so grounded and so stable, you bring that energy into other people's lives as well, like lovers, friends, family. You help them feel stable too. And, you give off that energy and it makes you unforgettable, because it's like when I come into your vicinity, I leave all fears behind and I forget about the fears and I believe in the impossible and I create my reality, because we have fearlessness, removing obstacles, earth magic, and then opposite, creating a reality with the Four of Wands. So it's like once I'm in your vicinity, in your energy, I forget about the fears and I just create the life of my dreams. And that's how you make people feel in your energy, and that makes you unforgettable. but also your energy to just be able to do that inspires a lot of people to become fearless themselves and to become courageous enough to follow their dreams and follow their heart's desires and create the reality they want to create. Some of you could be artists or could be creative in some way, and you also inspire others to do the same. And I feel like that whatever you create, if you are creative in some way, is unforgettable in some way, because it's like you teach people to honor their dreams and to believe in their dreams and to kind of believe in the impossible, okay? And I also feel like some part of you, if you do create things creatively, there's some part of you that receives the information from higher realms with the psychic ability card and puts it into a physical creation that you're doing. And it helps people in some way. It's unforgettable because there's some type of magic to it, is what I feel. And when people look at your art or whatever you create, they find some sort of magic in it, if that makes sense. Maybe not literally magic, but like whatever you create becomes magic because you're magic, my pal number threes. And that's the feeling I get from you of why you're unforgettable. You are just courageous, very strong, very fierce, very comfortable with being yourself. You're very confident with being yourself, and that is also what makes you unforgettable, because you show others how to do the same, how to really embody their fierceness, their strength, their courage, and let go of fears that are holding them back from truly becoming the best versions of themselves. I feel like, you've gone through some things in your life, some difficult moments in your life, and you've really reclaimed your power, my pal number threes. You've really learned to find your own strength in the midst of really difficult moments, and you've reclaimed your power. And that's what also makes you unforgettable, because of how strong, how powerful you are, even through difficult moments, and you teach others to embody the same qualities, okay? I'm also seeing that even though you have been through such difficult moments in your life, you choose to see life through a state of gratitude and through a state of appreciation for life, because without the difficult moments, we wouldn't appreciate the beautiful moments too. So that is the feeling I get from you, my pal number threes, that you have this immense amount of gratitude and appreciation for the beauty in life, but also appreciating the difficult moments in our life because they show us where our power lies and where our strength lies. And I feel like that is what makes you unforgettable, my pal number threes. Your ability to see both sides of it and appreciate the beauty in life, but also rediscover your power and your strength, okay? I just saw 555 on the clock, so that's interesting. I think you also are someone that's always changing, always transforming yourself, and that also makes you unforgettable, but you also bring a lot of change into other people's lives just with your energy, just by you being you. And even with the justice card, to me, justice is kind of that energy of change. You help people find justice in the difficult moments, but also gratitude for the beautiful moments in their life, and you change people's perspectives on life, but also you change people's lives by helping them have like justice over their own lives, release that fear so that they can do themselves justice and create their own reality that they've prayed for, that they've wished for, that they've seen in their dreams. And people may say to them it's impossible, but you show them how to create it and how to do themselves justice and how to really embody that strength and fierceness and power within them to believe that they can create anything, even if it seems impossible, okay? That makes you extremely unforgettable, my pal number threes. I also feel like you have this charming quality to you. You're able to charm people and intuitively know what to say to them. But I don't feel it in a bad way. I feel it in a way of like, you are charming, but you use it for something good. Like, the feeling I get here is, like, let's say you wanted to create something with someone, for example, as we're seeing the Knight of Cups next to the Four of Wands with the creativeness. Let's say you wanted to create something with someone and they weren't really seeing what you could offer to the table, but then you're really charming, really much showing them what you can add to the table or what you can help them with and create with them, and then you intuitively just know what to say to them, and it makes something great, and it actually does them justice, if that makes sense. So that's also what makes you unforgettable. And I don't just mean it in that type of way, but like, the type of feeling I get from this is like, let's say you want to be someone's friend, you would show them the reasons why them having you as a friend would do them justice, or them having you as a love partner would do them justice. You get what I mean? So you're really charming and confident in that way, and that also makes you unforgettable. Um, I'm hearing the song by Fleetwood Mac. I'm not sure what song it is, but I'm hearing the line, "I keep my visions to myself." So there's this feeling of whatever you envision for yourself, for your future, you keep to yourself, and then once you've created it, um, even if it's just a dream, a goal you have, once you've created it in your reality, it's like people see the result and the gifts you attain from it after the hard work you've put in, after the difficult blood, sweat, and tears you've put into it. And they just see the reward, but they don't see the work that comes into it. And then it's unforgettable to them and it inspires them in some way. I just feel like you have this energy as well where you're really loving, really kind, like you have that kind of heart of gold as well. Like I picked up in pile number 1, but I'm picking up that here again. The feeling I get is you're such a loving person to be around, and you also stand up for those that don't can't stand up for themselves with the justice card. You believe in the truth, you believe in what is right, and that is also what makes you an unforgettable person. Like, I feel like, if I had to describe this in an energy, let's just say someone was sitting alone at school, you would include them in, the conversation because you see them being alone. So I feel like that's just the type of person you are with your values and your morals, and that makes you unforgettable because you care for everyone, even if you don't physically know them or really like love them that much. You care for people in general, you care for humans, you care for animals, and that makes you unforgettable because a lot of people just don't care. And I feel like you're that one person that will speak up for someone that is being bullied or someone that is being hurt in some way where things are unfair. I feel like you value the truth and you value what is fair and right and just. And that also makes you unforgettable because not many people are like that, okay? And it takes a lot of courage to be that way. I think you remind people to step into the courageousness, and that's also what makes you unforgettable. It also takes a lot of courage to fall in love with people and to let go of fears and to follow our dreams. So I feel in some way you just teach people that by embodying that yourself. And that's what makes you unforgettable because I'm hearing a song by Holly Cook. It's like, I can't remember what it was called, but it's like scared of love and I am too. I can't remember what she says after that, but after that she kind of basically she says like scared of love, and I am too, but like she wants to enjoy that moment and open up to it. That's kind of the vibe I got from that song. I can't remember what song it was called, but that's a feeling I get from you, my pal number threes, as well. Like, you know, you may have fear in you before you go out there and achieve the things you want, or create the things you want in life, or create love in your life, create happy relationships with people in general, not just romance. But like, you treat people like family, and you have this integrity to you and truthfulness to you, and like you just treat people with this immense amount of love, and they can feel your loving thoughts for them. They can feel your heart of gold, and that's also what makes you unforgettable. Okay? Like, I'm seriously picking up like the people you've had as friends, you know, you treat them like family, and you take care of those you love. And the partners you've had, romantic partners, you're totally unforgettable to them, because they won't find this in another partner. They won't find you in someone else. You know what I mean? So that is kind of what I'm seeing in your cards, my pal number threes. And I just feel like you're a celebration to be around. Like I said, I feel buzzed in your energy. I feel celebratory in your energy. And I think you have a really healing energy. I feel like some of you have been shamans in past lives. Take it as it resonates. But you teach people to embody that courage and release fear, and to free themselves of the fears that are holding them back in life, to truly go out there and create the things they want in life. You also inspire others to put in action towards their dreams and desires, because they see you doing it, and they see the results you get from being courageous enough to go after what you want in life, whether it's money, whether it's love, whether it's friendships. And it teaches people to let go of fear, and to see the playfulness and the kind of sunflower energy in life, but also the beauty in life, but also seeing the difficult moments as beautiful as well, because they teach us our own power, but they also teach us to value that freedom when it does come in. It also teaches us the difficult moments, to find solutions to those difficulties, so that we can really value that freedom when it does come in. I feel like you are really playful, and you have that really playful energy even when, you know, you're going through something difficult. You just remind people of the joys in life, and the celebrations in life, and what could come from the freedom in life. How to truly be free in your own energy even when you're experiencing difficult moments. And that's what makes you unforgettable, my pal number threes. So that was your reading. I really hope that this reading resonated. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in my next reading. Bye.